Hello children, so welcome to AIMS India's online classes. Today from mathematics subject, elements of geometry topic we are going to discuss. So in this chapter mainly we are going to study about Euclidean geometry, means the geometry proposed by famous mathematician Euclid. So actually the word geometry, the word geometry is derived from the word geo, which means earth, and metrin, which means to measure, means need of measuring land. It is derived from the Greek word geo, which means earth, metrin means to measure, means indirectly the meaning of geometry is need of measuring land. So the evolution of geometry in different countries. So mainly it started in Egypt. So first it started in Egypt. So the river Nile, while drawing the boundaries of plots using the geometry, using the measurements, they have drawn the boundaries for the plots. So for winding volumes of granaries, constructing canals, during construction of pyramids, during all these things, they take the help of measurement techniques. They have used measuring techniques for finding all these things. Construction pyramids like this. So these are all the pyramids which are located in Egypt. So okay. So the volume of the pyramid, it will be calculated based on these measuring techniques. So by this side, they have assumed the side as A and another side as B. This height H. Like that, with the help of mathematical shapes, they have constructed these pyramids, and they measured the volume of pyramids with the help of these mathematical shapes. So the use of geometry we can also observe during Indus Valley civilization. In the excavations at Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, the cities, roads and drainage systems, rooms of different types, they were constructed by using the bricks which were having dimensions 4:2:1. 4:2:1 means these bricks are the evidence that during Indus Valley civilization they have used measurement techniques while constructing cities, roads and drainage system. This is the proof for that. So in the beginning, the geometry was in unsystematic manner. Later, the mathematician like Thales, he is a Greek mathematician, Thales gave the first known proof for all the observations which are happening us. For that, first known proof was given by Thales, first mathematical proof. So what he proved is circle is bisected by its diameter. Means for the circle, if we draw a diameter, the circle will be divided into two equal parts. That he has proved. Next, he proposed one Thales theory. So based on that, the height of the pyramids they used to measure with the help of shadows formed on the ground. Shadows formed on the ground. Like that, the mathematicians started giving systematic arrangement for the geometry subject. Later, Pythagoras came forward with the Pythagorean theorem, which we are all aware of this theorem. A square plus b square equal to c square. In the case of right angle triangle. In the case of right angle triangle, this proof was given by Pythagoras. So later, Euclid came with a book called Elements, so which is based on maths and geometry. So regarding that book, regarding the points in that book, regarding the definitions in the book, we are going to study now. So the word geometry comes from the Greek word. The ancient people faced several practical problems like measurement of land, computing volumes of granaries, construction of pyramid, construction of altars, construction of fireplaces for performing Vedic rites, means Vedic rituals for performing homas, yagnas, for that. So while constructing all these things, they have faced a lot of problems. So the geometry was studied in various forms in every ancient civilization like Egypt, Babylonia, China, India, Greece. In all civilizations, while constructing all these types of things, so the study of geometry was involved from so many years. So actually, Euclid, he was a teacher of mathematics at Alexandria in Egypt. He collected all the known work. So whatever previous mathematicians collected information, so whatever gathered information, he collected all and arranged in his famous treatise. Means it's like a book called Elements. And he divided his book Elements into 13 chapters, each called a book. Total 13 volumes, it is called as a treatise. It will be consisting of 13 parts, means 13 books. So this Euclid Elements is one of the most beautiful and influential works of mathematics. So these books written by, gathered by or collected by Euclid, they influence the whole world's understanding of geometry. So they give complete picture of the geometry. So in this chapter, we discuss about Euclid's approach to geometry and we try to link with that present day geometry. So Euclid began his exposition regarding geometry by listing 23 definitions in book 1 of the Elements. The Elements is having 13 parts, 13 books. In that, book 1 is the first part. In the first part, he has given 23 definitions regarding geometry. So let's see the definitions, children. So 23 definitions. So first definition. A point is that which has no part. A point is that which has no part. So in his definition 1, he defined a point. Point means a very small, tiny dot. It's a very, 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 very small dot. It does not has any extra part. So that is called as a point. So next, in definition 2, he told a line is a breadthless length. Normally, suppose if we have a rectangle or any shape, what we will call length, the sides will be called as length and breadth. If the breadth is small, we can draw like this. If the breadth is still small, this part, this is length, this is the breadth. If the breadth is very, very, very small, we can draw like this. If the breadth is still small, if it is still small, means coincide with the same line. So if the breadth becomes small, at one instant, what happens? It will be coinciding with this line. Means breadthless. The breadth will become 0. Only it will be having length. So the line, that kind of breadthless line is called length. Means it will be having only length, 0 breadth. Next one. The ends of a line are called points. The ends of a line. The line, this end point. This is a point. This is a point. So ends of a line are called points. Next. A straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself. So in definition 4, he told about straight line. So what is straight line? Which lies evenly with the points on itself. Suppose one point here, one point here, one point here, one point here, one point here. So this will be a curved line. This will be a curved line. All the points are not evenly arranged. All the points are, suppose if you see this, if you draw a line, all the points are arranged evenly on the same line. So this is called as a straight line. This is called as a straight line. If all the points arranged evenly and all the points lie on itself, then it is called as a straight line. Then it is called as a straight line. Next, definition 5. In definition 5, he told about surface. A surface is that which has length and breadth only, like a rectangle shape, without height, like a plain paper, without thickness. Without thickness, if the thickness is negligible, if it is having only length and breadth, then it is called as a surface. Then it is called as a surface. So next, definition 6. He told about edges. Edges means the edges of a surface are lines. Now this is the surface. This surface is having edges. One line here, one line here, one line here, one line here. These are called edges of a surface. Edges of a surface. The lines of surface are called edges. Next, definition 7. A plane surface. A plane surface is a surface which lies evenly with the straight lines on itself. Which lies evenly with the straight lines on itself. Means if all the straight lines are lying with the surface evenly, then it is called as a plane surface. Then it is called as a plane surface. Or if you observe this will be like a hump. It is not plane surface. It's a curved surface. It's a curved surface. So plane surface means without any curves. It should be evenly flat. If the surface is flat or all the lines are located evenly with the surface itself, then it is called as a plane surface. Next one. Definition 8. In definition 8, he told about plane angle. Plane angle is the inclination to one another of two lines in a plane which meet straight line, which meet one another and do not lie in a straight line. Means a plane angle. This is one straight line, 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 two straight lines, two lines, they are in a plane, they are located in a plane which meet one another. They are meeting with one another. Do not lie in a straight line. Do not lie in a straight line. This plane angle, this inclination, this line is inclined to this line with this much angle. This line is inclined to this line with this much angle, and this plane angle do not lie on the straight line. So this inclination is called plane angle. This inclination is called plane angle. So next definition 9. So when the lines containing the angle are straight, then the angle is called rectilinear. Then the angle is called rectilinear. Means when the two lines, this one line and this is one line, two lines. This is one line, this is one line, this is their meeting point. If the two lines are straight, so then this angle of inclination is called rectilinear angle. Rectilinear angle or linear angle. Next one, definition 10. When a straight line standing on a straight line makes the adjacent angles equal to one another, each of the equal angles is right, and the straight line standing on the other is called perpendicular to that on which it stands. So when a straight line, so this is a straight line. When a straight line standing on this straight line, when a straight line standing on another straight line makes this angle, adjacent angles, make adjacent angles equal to each other. Suppose this is alpha, this is beta, such that alpha equals to beta. The straight line standing on another straight line is making adjacent angles equal, alpha equals to beta. Each of angles is right, means alpha equals to 90 degrees, beta equal to 90 degrees. So then the straight line standing on another straight line is called perpendicular to that on which it stands. So this straight line L is perpendicular to M. So L is perpendicular to M. So through definition 10, he has defined right angle and perpendicular line. Next, definition 11. An obtuse angle is an angle greater than a right angle. According to him, this is the right angle. Suppose if the two lines are in this way, then this angle alpha, this angle beta, this angle alpha is greater than beta, means greater than 90 degrees. Alpha is greater than 90 degrees, and this angle he called it as obtuse angle. OBTUSE means the angle greater than right angle is called as obtuse angle. Next, definition 12. Acute angle is an angle less than right angle. If the angle is less than right angle, suppose this is alpha is less than 90 degrees, then according to definition 12, he named it as acute angle. Acute angle means angle less than 90 degrees. Next. So definition 13, boundary. He defined boundary as, boundary is that which is an extremity of anything. So I have this shape here. This line is the boundary, topmost boundary of this shape, because this shape extremely, it is going up to this point. So this is the extremity of this shape. Top side, left side boundary, bottom boundary, right side boundary. Like that for any shape, we can have a boundary. Next here, definition 14. A figure is that which is contained by any boundary or boundaries. Any boundary or boundaries. Any boundary or boundaries. So if we draw any shape, if it has boundaries, then it is called as a figure. Then it is called as a figure. If it has boundaries. Next. So definition 15. A circle is a plane figure contained by one line such that all the straight lines falling upon it from one point among those lying with the figure equal to one another. Equal to one another. So here a circle is a plane figure. A circle is a plane figure contained by one line. Contained by one line such that all the straight lines falling upon it from one point among those lying within the figure equal to one another. Equal to one another. So here circle is a plane figure which is formed by one line. This one line only we are making it round. This one line only, this A to B line only, we are if we keep it with the help of thread in a circle. Suppose if AB is a thread, if AB is a thread which is straight, what we can do? We can arrange it in the form of a circle. We can arrange it in the form of a circle such that AB coincide at one point, and all the straight lines falling on this line from a point center, from a point O, all the straight lines falling on it are equal to one another, then that is called as a circle. So here all the lines falling on it means radius, because all the radii of the circles are equal. From the center point, whatever line we draw onto the circle, all will be treated as radius, which are all equal to one another. So through definition 15, he gave the definition of circle. Next, definition 16. The point within the circle from which all the straight lines falling on it are equal is called center of the circle. So from the point from where all the straight lines are falling, this point is called center of the circle. Next, definition 17. A diameter of the circle is any straight line drawn through the center and terminated in both directions by the circumference of the circle, and such a straight line also bisects the circle. So for the circle, any straight line, suppose this is the center, any straight line drawn through the center and terminated in both directions, means from the center in this direction and from the center in this direction, terminated in both the directions by the circumference of circle, so then it is called as a diameter. So the line going through the center and terminating in this direction by touching the circumference of circle, terminating in this direction by touching the circumference of circle, This straight line is called diameter, and it also bisect the circle into two equal parts. Diameter bisect the circle into two equal parts. Next one, definition 18. A semicircle is the figure obtained by the diameter and the circumference cut off by it, and the center of semicircle is the same as that of the circle. So, like this, if the diameter cuts the circle into two equal parts, first part and second part, two equal parts, then each part will be called as a semicircle. Each part will be called as a semicircle. And the center of semicircle is same as the center of the circle. This is definition 18. Next one, definition 19. So, okay, children, I think. So, still, okay, definition 19. Rectilinear. So, rectilinear figures are those which are contained by straight lines. Trilateral figures being those contained by three. Quadrilateral, those contained by four. And multilateral, those contained by more than four straight lines. Means rectilinear figures. Means the figures which are formed by three lines, they are said to be trilateral figures, like triangle, trilateral figures. Contained by four, like rectangle, like square, like trapezium, they are called quadrilaterals. And multilateral by more than five straight lines, more than four straight lines, like this pentagon, or like this hexagon. These are called multilateral. So we can have trilateral rectilinear figures, or we can call it as triangle. Quadrilateral rectilinear figures, we can call them with different names, rectangle, square, trapezium. Or multilateral rectilinear figures like pentagon, hexagon, octagon, like that. So, like that we can frame rectilinear figures with three sides, four sides, more than four sides or straight lines. Next one, definition 20. Of trilateral figures means formed with three straight lines like triangles. An equilateral triangle is that which has all sides are equal. Isosceles triangle is that which has two of its sides are equal. And scalene triangle is that which has its all three sides unequal. So according to definition 20, what he has told, if three sides are equal, he told it as a equilateral triangle. If two sides are equal, only two sides are equal, he called it as a isosceles triangle. If three sides are different, so then he called it as scalene triangle. If three sides are equal, equilateral triangle. Like that, types of triangles he identified through definition 20. Next, 21. So further of trilateral figures, a right angle triangle is that which has right angle. Obtuse triangle is that which has an obtuse angle. Acute triangle is that which has its three angles acute. So he also suggested the triangle which has one right angle. It's a right angle triangle. The triangle which has one obtuse angle, at least one obtuse angle is a obtuse angle triangle. The triangle which has all three acute angles is an acute angle triangle. So based on sides, he proposed equilateral isosceles scalene. Based on angles, he proposed right angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle, acute angle triangle. Next, definition 22 of quadrilateral figures. A square is that which is both equilateral and right angle. Means all sides are equal and all angles are right angles. That kind of quadrilateral, he called it as a square. Rectangle is that which is right angle but not equilateral. All sides are not equal. So rhombus is that which is equilateral. All sides are equal but not right angle. But all angles are not right angle. And rhomboid is that which has its opposite sides and angles equal to one another, but neither equilateral nor right angle. And the quadrilaterals other than these be called trapezia. Like that, he told about square. All sides are equal. All angles are 90 degrees. He told about rectangle. All sides are not equal, but all angles are right angle. Because all angles are right angle, so opposite sides will be equal. That is rectangle. Then he called rhombus. Where rhombus, which is equilateral. All sides are equal, but all angles are not right angle. And he called rhomboid. Rhomboid means we can take it as parallelogram. Opposite sides are equal. Opposite angles are equal. But not equilateral. Not all sides are equal. Not equilateral. All sides are not equal. And not right angle. No angle is 90 degrees. It's called parallelogram, or he told it as rhomboid. And remaining he called them as trapezia. We have the example of trapezium. He called them as trapezia. Next, last definition, children. Definition 23. Parallel straight lines are straight lines which, being in the same plane and being produced indefinitely in both directions, do not meet one another in either direction. So, maybe horizontal lines, maybe vertical lines, maybe oblique lines, which are lying in same plane, which are lying in a plane, after extension either that side or this side. After extension either that side or this side, if they never meet, he called them as parallel straight lines. They may be horizontal, vertical, or oblique. So like this, in book 1, from his elements, part 1, book 1, he gave definition for 23 geometrical definitions he gave in his book 1 of the treatise Elements. Okay, children. Okay, children. That's all for today. Thank you for watching our video, children. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates. So please visit our website channel www.aimstoday.in for further information regarding online classes, quizzes, live worksheets, do-it-yourself activities, English classes, coding, art and craft, reasoning, for other things.